Hey guys, today I'm in Beyond. It's an amazing place, and I have a very casual talk for 10 to 15 minutes right here. There is no podium, but it's okay. I'm gonna sit there and let's see how it goes. I'm gonna do some live builds with NA10 and see how this thing goes. And it's gonna be an amazing 20 to 30 people networking event and some food there, some drinks, and very nice ambient. So I am chilling out today, getting ready for the workshop. That is the amazing thing, like literally this Saturday and Sunday, 2 full days. It's gonna be amazing. 10 hours each, a lot of content, a lot of value. If you're in Berlin, I'm hosting like only 10 people in person, so please reach out to me. Otherwise, over 550 people online. So it's an online first event, and then we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck for the live demos. I'm gonna build something live, so you never know if it fails. See ya. All right, so I met Andre, the CEO and co-founder of Quadrant or Quadrant. How do we pronounce this?
Actually, Quadrant is the official way,
Quadrant.
but Americans they tend to pronounce it Quadrant, which is also fine. But the official one is Quadrant.
Yeah. How is Quadrant going? And I heard you guys are having a conference in Berlin, or where is it?
Yes, in Berlin, at Schönhauser Allee, a really cool place. Former cinema theater, and so yeah, it's on the 26th of September, and you are all invited. So we have right now like early bird tickets, and they're pretty cheap, like
How much?
30 euros. It's just
30
like
euros.
It's just like to provide like your proper lunch, but everything else is sponsored. Very great partners there. So yeah, if you're interested in vector search, agents, AI in general, welcome.
Yeah, guys, you guys may know me, like I have been building AI agents, especially voice AI agents for the past 2.5 years, and in AI space for 7 years now. All AI agents do need a system where they can store their stuff, like extend their memory. And which one is better than Quadrant?
Or Quadrant.
How big is Quadrant? I heard something Twitter is using somewhere in a corner.
Maybe.
Because it's open source and it can be anywhere.
Yeah. So we have like great adapters out there, great customers. So basically you can try it out with open source or by using our managed cloud. There's a free tier 1 gigabyte, so just try it out and see.
Wonderful. So 26th of September, I'm going to be there. I hope I'm going to be in the city. Come and say hi to me. To you,
Absolutely.
Andre.
Yeah, you get a T-shirt and a free ticket. So.
Actually, I do have a T-shirt. I got it
Oh,
from
really?
Andre,
Okay. Oh,
the
cool.
CTO. So,
Okay.
Andre and I are.
We just adjusted our logo, so there will be new swag. So you get another one.
I see. So I should come and get the swag anyway. See you guys on 26th of September then.
It's like a general working with this
In workshops. So literally every month I do this. I started early this year. The first one happened on 15th of March, where we had like a room full of people, I don't know, 75, 80 people in that room, and then multi-camera videos, a lot of content. You can see this is like a 4-hour-long video where we built AI agents, voice AI agents. Why voice AI agents? I will tell you in a minute. The whole talk is about voice AI agents and NA10. This info sheet has everything in it. And then the next one happened with 120 people. Every single time I go in and I lock myself into a room and I provide this very curated bite-sized tutorials for every single workshop that I run. And the most important thing is that we are building AI agents, but our motto is that we are going to connect as human beings a lot. So when we are in that one room, we're making sure that we are really connected and we are really enjoying that time, and also we're building something that would give us time, would give us our time back to us, so that we can use that in order to go and spend it more with other human beings and let the robots work for us. So that's my main motto. The next one is happening very, very, very soon, in about 4 days. And guess what's happening there? That tells the story of AI agents and the demand in the market, how many people want to build AI agents. It's a voice AI agent again. It's the 4th edition. Since it's the 4th one, I want to make it a little bit different. I went 100% online, and I'm hosting only 10 people, like literally one meeting room, 10 people, so that I can still put some more faces to it than just my face. Therefore, I'm looking still for a few seats to fill. If you guys are in Berlin the next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you're going to say choose to your families if you want to attend, or your dog. And then come and build a voice AI agent. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I promise it's going to be a lot of fun, because it's not going to be that big, but it's going to be really big online. And we'll build a voice AI agent, kind of like a tiny voice CRM. And if you want to register for that, or you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, the QR code on the right side is my LinkedIn. The QR code on the left side is this event where you want to register. If you want to attend in person, you have to either write me an email, WhatsApp, or come and talk to me, so that I can put you on the list, because this QR code will only take you to the 550 plus people, and that's crowded list. I won't be able to find you from there. Alrighty, so what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about everything in A10. I will build something live for you guys, therefore I'm sitting here. This is a powerful, community-driven, open source project. It's a kind of an open source project that Janu Bauza, the founder, the solopreneur who built this since 2019, came up with, called Fair Code. That means like you can't just go in and start selling this open source project like the way they're doing it. But it's a very, very strong community, growing stronger every day. TypeScript lovers will love it even more. It's entirely TypeScript. What it does is it brings forward a kind of new concept called flowgramming. You can build workflows that will take you forever to build with literally code. I've been building with code for 23 years nonstop, and I have been building my startup VoiceKit, which was a voice AI agent. We built it in 2023 and 2024, all the startup IBs on the stages of London and Valander, WHU or WHU University, and we're gonna like crush it. We're early, and if you guys know this picture, Knight Rider, the kit, the talking car, we're building the talking car, we're delivering it to sales people. It's a voice-only interface. My co-founder and I are in Ingolstadt and Audi headquarters. We're talking to the industry specialists. We're talking to IBB Ventures to secure some venture funding. And we're bringing this voice AI agent inside every single car. But it's not too late that we find out that, oh, there's this orchestration layer technology called NA10 after getting disappointed from Zapier and Make.com and everything else we could try in between. And this is the time when I said, like, well, actually, this thing, this whole thing can be done with NA10. And this is the time when I find NA10 in early 2023, and I start building NA10. Long story short, unfortunately, my startup had to be liquidated due to lack of funding, but we had a lot of fun. We met a lot of cool people. Our software was used actually inside a car, and we discovered that this does not belong only to the car. It can get out of the car. It can go in your phone, and it can sit anywhere with you over a phone call, and that is when I watched somebody say like, have you watched 2013? I said like, no, I just watched VoiceKit, Kit, Knight Rider. Therefore, we named our company VoiceKit. So anyways, we built VoiceKit. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but I'm bringing now that Samantha that I was building to the whole world through these series of workshops. And since I got to know this amazing technology early on, and also voice AI, I am bringing all of that knowledge here forward. So I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of what's possible with N8N and just a few workflows that we can build together. So for those of you who do not know N8N, it's basically like the old school platforms that you know from If This Then That. It's a very, very old technology where you put like a lot of these little workflows. If this happens, then do that. If this happens, then do that. So it's kind of the same concept, but now it's going through a flow. It's a kind of like a visual flow that you can put together things, and then once you put them together, then it makes sense to you as a flowgrammer or as someone who's building the system. And then if that doesn't make any sense, then you can go ahead and build it with code. So it's not just low code, no code platform, but you can also do the coding part in it. And this is now getting to my nerves after managing my nerves so much that why is internet not working? For God's sake, we're in Germany and we're in Berlin in one signal.
There's a Wi-Fi if you need it.
I was on Wi-Fi, I switched it smartly on my iPhone and it still doesn't work.
Which provider do you have?
O2. But I'm here. I'm right now on this one, but no, supposedly it's back. There we go. There we go. Please bear with me. There we go. So the way I'm not going to go through the basics of this. I'm going to keep building because we have like literally 7-8 minutes left. I'm going to build something called a chat trigger. And with the chat trigger, I can put an AI agent. It's just a node, like you have some settings and so on. And I'm going to add an OpenAI model to this. Right now, it's running on ChatGPT 04 Mini. Like literally right now, I can already start chatting with this, and it will respond to me. Like literally this message that you see is coming from ChatGPT. So what I have done right now is put together something that works, and it is coming from ChatGPT. What if I want to say something to this? If I clear this, and I say, my name is Emal, it will greet with me, but for those of you who, by show of hands, who is a developer, who is a programmer? No, okay, like 10%. So I'm gonna tune my vocabulary. This is running on a so-called stateless architecture. It's running on a very scalable architecture. It can be scaled to millions of users. So I say, my name is Emil, and you see here, it's greeting me. Hi, Emil. How can I assist you today? If I ask one thing, what is my name? It won't remember my name. Why? Because it doesn't have any memory yet. So literally with the click of a button, I can put a memory, and that's it. Like if you're a programmer, you can rely on this now to be scaled to millions of users. If I say, hi, my name is Emil, and then the next question is like, what's my name? It will remember my name because of this little thing. Look at that. It says, your name is Emil. And this little piece of technology sits right now on N8N Cloud here. And if I, as a developer, would put a technology stack like that, it would take me at least a day. And I showed it to you in 30 seconds. And if now you would like to turn this into an API, there is a so-called node called webhook, and change that to a type of a webhook called post, take the URL, and then put a type of thing called respond to webhook, and then respond here, respond to webhook, and that's it. You build yourself an API. Now I'm running this. I'm going to put it on one side. I'm going to pull my so-called Postman. Postman is just a piece of software, nothing else. It basically sends some requests to your APIs. Now if I go ahead and send an API request to this post endpoint with some sort of data in this, and that data could be, let's say, let me make it a little bit big so that you guys can see. That data could be a query, and that query could be, hi there. That's it, just hi there. I'm gonna do it one step at a time. If I send this information to this, let me remove this memory for now, and that's running. I'm gonna just make sure that this is refreshed. It's running. If I run this, you can see that it has, okay, because it is respond to webhook node. This is respond to webhook. That's fine. Let's just give it another try. Okay, I'm busted. So let's find out. The URL change probably because notice the URL is the same. Just to make sure this is post. This is post. No, it's just the. Let's make it to respond immediately. Just so that we can. There we go. So the respond went, and you can see here that I got a so-called 200. That means like the response came back. Now I can make it to send back the message that's coming from ChatGPT. Let's do that. I'm gonna change it to this respond to webhook node. Let's make sure that the URL is the same. The URL is the same. And in here, I'm gonna define a query, and I will say that answer to this query of the user. What is that query of the user? It's gonna come in just a minute. I'll just run it for now. So the information comes here. It says the workflow is not started. There we go. So the workflow. Oh, now I found the problem. What's the problem? Workflow. We were just having a conversation about this graphical user interfaces. It's not a programmer thing, because literally this connection not being there, it was the reason of this problem. And I'm sitting in an angle, so I couldn't see that. So it was literally not connected. So now if we run it again, it should hit the, there we go, it hit it. And I got the output, sure, please provide query you want me to answer. Why? Because it doesn't know yet the query. What is the query? Because in here, I ask like answer to this query. And that is going to ChatGPT. Which query? I will change it, and I will say this query that's coming from the user, from the internet, anywhere in the internet. So now if I run it again, and if I run it, I basically run the entire workflow, and this response comes back to me from ChatGPT. And what just happened right now is amazing. Like if I explain that on this beautiful whiteboard, we used Postman. And Postman sent something to N8N Cloud. N8N Cloud sends something to ChatGPT. And all of these little so-called HTTP requests, or these systems, these three systems talking to each other, happened over a scalable architecture. And this happened literally live in 2-3 minutes. And this can be deployed for production. Millions of users can use this. And now this is just the start. You can have 400 or 500 different workflows on this, and you can have not only these workflows, but also a lot of integrations, code integrations, and things like that. For example, I can attach a very simple, how much time do I have? Timekeeper? 2-3 minutes. Perfect timing for doing the most comprehensive one. So I can actually connect my Gmail here. I'm going to connect this Gmail. It's a totally GCP. So in that 3-bubble workflow, now I have integrated one external service, and then I can create a draft. And the workflow of this could be like test, or I can ask the LLM to decide what should be that, and also in the body. And then this is now just one tool to this AI agent node. If I execute this, and then here in the payload, I ask something, can you compose an email with the title of, thank you everyone, it was nice to see you guys in Beyond Co-working Space, and the body should be, it was a nice demo, although the internet didn't work, or I didn't connect the two little nodes, but that's what happens in live demos. So you can literally run this kind of a workflow, and then it created, you can see that it created a little email. If I now go to my Gmail, I have it open here, refresh the page, there we go. I have an email at 6:55, 6:56, which is absolutely about talking about this whole thing. I could put a signature, I could do a lot of prompt engineering, do the things, and it's mind-blowing. Thank you. How do we do questions?
How much time do we have for questions?
You can just ask me. Okay.
I'd say like a couple questions, and afterward is here for networking.
Yes.
Do you have a more sophisticated example off the shelf of an ancient thing that you built?
Mostly on my YouTube channel and on my websites. Yeah, there are. Like literally a whole AI agent that.
Would you say what was like for a client of yours the like most helpful one in terms of, I don't know how you measure it, saving man hours in terms of work?
So one of the actual clients is the bot of a conference company called Deep Tech Momentum. So what we did here is through a bunch of AI agentic workflows we put together and ingested several thousand profiles of founders attending, investors attending in this company, in this conference. It's called Deep Tech Build. If you guys know this this company, they're doing Deep Tech Momentum, Deep Tech conference. Like through agentic workflows, we matched founders with investors, which is pretty much a lot of manual work. Interns sit behind a computer, review a lot of LinkedIn profiles, websites, pitch decks. We ingested all of them into a system called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, and then we pulled back information, and then in a very agentic way provided this chat interface that I just showed earlier, that people in the conference could say like, hey, I would like to meet two founders. I'm working in early bird, I'm an investor, and all my profile was already there. And then the startups that are a good match with the investment thesis of early bird was matched with them, and then the plan of those startups were also in the system. So it knew that this particular founder is right now busy with that particular VC, therefore I'm not going to do the match right now here. And then also it's an instant messaging. It messages the founder, it messages the investor, and then they say I'm standing in booth number 32, and then they both go to booth number 32. They meet each other. So it was a very, very actual problem that we solved, and it saved thousands and thousands of hours.
And how much time did you spend building it?
Oh, that was very, very quick because I do vibe coding workshops. I did a bunch of vibe coding YouTube tutorial series. You can see here vibe coding crash course, and I'm building another vibe coding crash course right now. 2 weeks, I would say, literally 2 weeks from head to toe. And if I would be doing this in 2020, it would take me with a team 3 months. And I did it alone with one assistant developer in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's crazy what we can build today with vibe coding. And also with these agentic workflows, it's crazy. Wonderful. Thank you so much. There was one more question?
We've built our solution on AWS. Could you just briefly compare Bedrock and H&M? What's the key difference there?
I barely know Bedrock. I know what is Bedrock. I know it's a kind of like a. I got to know on Azure there is even forgot the name. Something similar to Azure. Mm-hmm. This is not a new thing. I used to. Anyone who wrote PHP should know this, called script case. I used to build with script case, and there was a so-called RAD tools, RAD, Rapid Application Development. Yeah. So I'm not amazed if Bedrock or this Microsoft Azure piece of technology that I forgot the name of, that has like this drag and drop workflow building tools, or a script case from thousands of years ago, were there. You could build applications with drag and drop, but it was just that Google moment, Facebook moment to N8N that captured the world with what they did, because Google was not the first search engine and Facebook was not the first social media platform. So I don't know Bedrock, to be honest. I cannot do a comparison.
They're also supporting agentic workflows now and stuff.
They do?
Like that. Yeah.
No doubt, they should.
Yeah. So why did you choose this one?
N8N?
Yeah.
It was when I did my company in 2023, I was searching desperately for such a thing, and because my entire technology was literally dependent on this kind of an orchestration layer, that this single voice interface will orchestrate the entire backends of multiple systems. I didn't want to do API integration with different backends separately. I want to have an orchestration layer. And that was the time when I first found Make.com. I met them in Bits and Pretzels in Munich, and they said like 50,000 euros per year with a white label solution. And then I just Googled Make.com alternative. That's how I found out about N8N, and I have been tweaking things with that since then. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks. So I met Arkady, the founder, one of the, how many founders?
We were 3 at the beginning.
3 at the beginning?
Yeah, but only for 6 months, then we were 2.
Then you were 2.
Yeah.
So Arkady is the co-founder of Wonderflat, one of the amazing startups in Berlin. Tell us about your story. You were just starting to tell the story. How did you start with Arkady business model? I mean Arkady, with Wonderflat's business model. Yeah,
so we set out with the topic of enabling more people to live and work anywhere.
Yeah.
That was the initial thought, because we believe that people need to come together around problems and things they want to build, also physically, and people experience like different changes and new life chapters, and each new life, like many new life chapters, require a change in location, and this is often hard. And we want to make it easier.
This was 10 years ago, right?
That was 2015, yeah. We were both officially still students, yeah. Yeah, not officially. We were already working, and it was like not that great of a student.
How many apartments do you guys have now?
Now we have 55,000 apartments that can be rented online. Yeah.
55,000 apartments on the platform.
Yes.
This might be bigger after Airbnb, right? After Airbnb, this might be the largest in Germany, having that many apartments for rent. Not eBay, I mean MO Scout.
Exactly. So I think the most listings overall in terms of housing are still with eBay Classifieds and Scout24. But within our category of flexible rentals, we are by far the number one.
And it started 10 years ago. What was the number one apartment that you rented out? And how did it?
That's a great question.
How did the entire entrepreneurial journey start?
Yeah, so first we rented for half a year apartments to students for free. So we didn't charge anything, we just had like a free website, WordPress based even. So really basic prototype, and it was working in a few student towns in Germany and in a few student towns in Spain.
So it was kind of like Wege Gesucht, the other platform that
yes,
in
but with more verification levels and more convenient. That was the approach, that you actually book online.
Within a couple of years, how many students were using the platform?
So within the first half year, we had a few hundred rentals facilitated on a monthly basis. It was working really well. But then we said, okay, please pay us a little bit. It was super low amounts, like a couple % of fee, and nobody wants to pay. Really nobody.
And this is already 2 years in business, right?
No, half a year.
Half a year.
The first few months.
The first few months.
Yeah. And at that moment, we felt that the customer group of students and then people subleasing rooms to students or leasing rooms to students, they were rather in the type of customer that wants to save money and is happy to invest time.
I see.
So they were
a premium package that you really wanted to have.
Exactly. So the customers, the students, wanted to save money on housing in order to spend money on something else, but they were willing to spend a lot of time to fix their housing topic. So it was a target group with a certain need, but our product was we verify apartments, we provide the rental contract, we do a lot of work, and we save time.
Yes.
And we need a target group that needs to save time.
Professionals.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why the first apartment that we really rented out was the apartment that my co-founder actually lived in, and he moved in with me.
I see. So that he can rent out and prove the business model.
Exactly. We had no apartments in Berlin, and there were Dusan and Vitek from San Francisco, actually originally from the Czech Republic.
I see.
And they came to Berlin for the Microsoft Ventures Accelerator, where we were a part of. And they approached us as a company, hey, we need an apartment to stay in Berlin.
I see.
And then we cleaned up Jan's apartment. And,
that was the very first touch of product market fit, and then
exactly, they booked it online. They booked it online, they paid instantly, they were super happy that it was all great.
This was 9 years ago, 10 years ago?
That was 10 years ago on the 11th of March.
Wow, 11th of March, you booked the data.
That's
first entry in your ledger.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wonderful. As a closing statement, what's your motivational sentence for all the entrepreneurs, young people who are just graduating from school? Nowadays with vibe coding and all this possible technologies around the world, building products is easier than WordPress. What's your motivational one sentence that you want to tell the next Arkady who's going to build the next Wonder Flats? So, let me share what is super motivating for me today. Today, Wunderflats helps people with housing in Germany, France, and Austria. And I am honestly not sure whether Wunderflats, in terms of its potential, has reached 1 or 10% of its maximum potential. I have no idea whether it's 1 or 10%, but I'm 100% certain that we are below 10%.
and that there is still to the 100%, that there is still so much we can do. And that's what makes me very excited to be able to contribute to the project, to the company of Wunderflats. And I think that is true for a lot of topics. Like if I just look at any topic, I feel like there is a lot of potential to make things better. There are a lot of challenges where not enough people are taking responsibility to address the challenge in the world. And we are, as humanity in a lot of areas, not like far away from the 100% where we, from just today's imagination, can be. And nothing is more exciting than to step by step crawl up this, like try to aim at the 50%, at the 100%, and end up somewhere in the middle between the 0 and the 100, and step by step progress. Trial, fail and error, vibe code, fail,
Absolutely.
code for real.
Iterate fast and
Yeah.
look at that, like 55,000 apartments, 150 employees. Is the revenue disclosed publicly? How much is the revenue per year?
Revenue is not disclosed, but this year we are having also profitable times. So we're growing, and we are a solid,
how much
sustainable
funding is
company.
disclosed?
We've raised so far about approximately 35 million, and besides doing the work on housing for a lot for professionals and expats, we've helped find housing for about 30,000 people that have been fleeing from the war in Ukraine. So we've used the platform that we've built to house, to verify housing and verify people for war refugees from Ukraine.
I mean, look at that. This kind of a scale of a business is still, you're ambitious, you want to go more, and we are small. Like if I'm restarting a company like VoiceKit again, I'm gonna take that as a motivational statement and go on. Thank you so much, Arkady, for your time.
Thank you, Emil.
Alright guys, so done with my talk and a lot of good networking, I would say. A small audience, maybe 30 people, very, very high quality. Only the founders of IBB Ventures. IBB Ventures is government venture capital firm, I think 20 million or something. What I got to know is like a lot of cool AI projects are happening. And not only like new ones, but 7-8 years old companies doing it for multiple years. And in radiology and deep tech and also vehicle and so on. That was really inspiring when I saw that happening. And what I wanted to do is like kind of give you guys a quick tour of Berlin. Tour. Oh, it's a red light, I'm not gonna walk. But at the same time, I'm gonna talk about AI agents and things that are happening in Berlin, especially N8N. N8N is a Berlin-based company. It started in this city, like literally 2019. It was 7 years ago. And when it happened literally coincidentally in the time when I was building another company that was called Zook. It was a voice technology company. And what I was doing was building a voice AI, not AI initially, later on the AI summarization and so on came in. And something to do with voice technology, like literally sending voice clips to Slack. That was something that at the time Slack didn't have voice clips or a feature of sending voice clips. And I tried to do that in 2019, but Jan Ubauze, the founder of N8N, tried to do this N8N. Probably at the time it was not so sexy because Zapier and N8N and everything else. Oh, sorry, it's not N8N. I mean Zapier and Make.com I think was not a thing at the time, but at least they, what is it called? If this then that. IFTT platform was one of the things that was just like even older than Zapier, was already in place. So I was like really following this story of N8N since almost the inception. I think I found them earlier, but the real time when I found them was in early 2023 when I was looking for a Make.com or Zapier alternative for my startup voice kit. And I found this company and I signed up and I tried it. I self-hosted it. I said like, whew, this is an amazing thing to. And I started building this for like literally my startup, and then later on when my startup voice kit was liquidated, I started building this thing as a workshop host. And then I realized that it makes sense to do a lot of more automation with this technology. And after the last, I don't know, 3-4 months of the love and devotion and help I received from the N8N community, not only from the N8N company itself, but from the community, like people writing me from Pakistan, where I grew up, or from India, where I have like deep kind of like virtual connection because I watched more than 1,000 Indian movies and I speak the Hindi language or Urdu language fluently. And I was like, damn, this is really cool connection to have, and actually build that kind of content for this amazing community. It makes sense. Despite the fact that I have 2 kids, multiple businesses in Germany, and I have a lot of paperwork to do, I devoted my time almost endlessly for the past couple of weeks to build this extremely detailed N8N and vibe coding crash course, which is coming very soon. I'm not done. I'm almost to the, I would say, to the 70% of this thing. So I am just around the corners of, what do you call it? Around the corners of the database migration and so on. But let me, before that, quickly show you guys this infrastructure so that you make sense of that. Look at that. That is the train line, and it's happening down there. I don't know, 5 stories down or something. And it's not the best infrastructure. People are mocking Germany because of its train infrastructure. And there is still upstairs where I'm gonna walk, and there is a train going up right there. You can see that. There's a train going right there. Actually, that's my platform. I think I'm gonna take that platform, or at least something from there. So, what I was going to say is like this training is coming out very, very soon, and I kept it as raw as I could. Something that I have been promising myself not to do a lot of editing, or maybe no editing at all, since 19th of January 2025, when I started recording my very first video on YouTube. And I think I'm going to keep it like that for as long as I can, because no tutorial should be recorded. If you're going to learn programming, you need to learn it the raw way. Otherwise, if it's edited, and all the bugs and all the issues that you face in programming are removed, then you are literally left behind. By the way, I just want to show you that there are a lot of constructions going on, and that's very common in Germany. We have a lot of constructions going on. I am waiting for my train for 7 minutes. At least you guys are gonna bear me for another 7 minutes. I'm gonna walk a little bit away from public so that I can have a nice little conversation. All right, so what's happening in Germany is amazing. What we are getting is literally now in the essence of AI. But what I think is going to happen in Germany is it's going to be much better than the rest of the world because of regulations. I mean, Germany is kind of like mocked around regulations, but sometimes regulation could be nice because of the potential harm that AI can do to human beings, especially when it comes to the EU AI Act. This is a European standard, but at the end of the day, you get it from, like, mainly pushed from German politicians and so on. I'm no politician. I don't want to back any political movement here. But what I want to say is, like, as a software engineer who has been writing code for 23 years, non-stop, I mean it non-stop, like 2023, I had a startup where I brought my sweat, tears, and money and everything else, my family time, and still I couldn't succeed. VoiceKit, the voice AI agent that I built with my co-founder Alex. What I'm trying to say is, like, Germany might be the last, but it won't be the least. So stay tuned. And Nathan is from Germany. A lot of cool startups are coming out of Germany. One of my friends is building an amazing startup called Peak AI. They're just around the corner to become a unicorn. Kind of like if you know search engine optimization, there's a new thing called LLM search engine or LLM search optimization, because LLMs can search things and LLMs can understand which business is better suited for your requirements. And my former boss Tobias and his co-founders are building this platform called Peak AI. They reached like €1 million in ARR. Literally yesterday I saw the video. And Lovable being a Swedish company, European, and 11 Labs being a European company. So Europe is not too far away from becoming the next hot AI platform for building startups. And I think it's just about relaying that message to the world. And I'm trying my best. Before January, I was so shy to be in front of the camera, and you can see me like for 11 minutes. I'm in front of the camera as raw as I can. And for all the past 6 months or so, I've been on my YouTube podcasts or raw builds and so on. So what I am requesting from you guys, if you're watching, is that if you're an engineer, if you're building something cool and you're based in Europe, you never know if your software, what you're working on, can inspire a lot of cool people out there in enterprises, and they can think differently about your software or the way you're building it. Please get out to the world, otherwise you will not be recognized. Like, if I was not going to record this video for Dativ AI agent, which I showed it earlier in this meetup, I would not be recognized by Dativ folks, and I would have never been invited to Dativ headquarters and demo it there. Dativ, for those of you who don't know, is an accounting software. A very, very famous accounting software. Literally, there was an advertisement in this main station somewhere for a very long time. I used to see it like almost every time I used to take this train. Occasionally I take this train, so I don't see it anymore. If I find it, I will show you. But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're a developer like me in January 2025, like, you're building something and you find something that's cool, don't think that people are going to judge you if it's not cool. There we go. I found the Dativ logo. Look at this. So don't think that the thing that you're building is not cool anymore because someone in an SME sitting could be thinking about just an inspiration. That's a very, very expensive logo, guys. You're seeing in the main station of Berlin Central Station. And this logo has been there for at least 10 years I'm living in Germany. And that's a very, very expensive logo. So what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're a software engineer, please go ahead and be as loud as you can be on the internet, because this is the time. Otherwise, it's too late. Otherwise, it's going to be just between you and someone else who has a better CV, a better master's degree, and then they're gonna take the next job from you. So I am just advocating this one thing, to do what I have done in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months as a YouTuber, and I think this is my train. I'm getting in. See you guys in the next video. Perfect timing. I couldn't find the zoom out feature. It was on my face, but perfect timing. See you guys next time, and next nice meetup that I might do raw videos. Bye.